Well, good to have you here at this time. It's time to talk business. Now, Minister of State Finance, Dr. Doris Anita, says the promise of economic prosperity for all Nigerians is fast becoming a reality. And to consolidate on that, the nation's fiscal and monetary authorities say they are rebuilding a more synchronized approach to taming inflation and stabilizing the naira. They believe that bridging the gap between fiscal policy represented by the Ministry of Finance and the NRS, as well as monetary policy represented by the CBN, the drive for enhanced revenue for critical infrastructure and sustainable national development will soon be a reality sooner than expected. Now, moving on, coming from increased investment in the nation's oil and gas industry, leading to the unveiling of the Awodi 07 new oil well. Energy experts earlier on Business Express suggest that parts of revenue from such investments should go into the development of infrastructure in the sector. Let's take a listen.
Into Trans-Saharan pipelines and a number of other infrastructure. Those infrastructure on themselves are going to serve as anchor for gas-based industries and gas-to-industries, which will include the revival of textile industries in places like Kaduna, the revival of industrial estates in places like Kano, the Bompire Industrial Estate, and the rest. So, infrastructure for the industry is the way and the gateway into even development.
A look at the markets. At this time, it was a busy Tuesday across the major African hubs, with investors navigating a mix of cooling activity in Lagos and recorded momentum in Tunis. In Nigeria, while the total market value remains a staggering 106.1 trillion naira, the flow was less frantic than yesterday, with trading volume dropping by about 20% and the number of deals fell by 29%. In spite of all that, it was a hard trick for the market as Union Homes, SEOA, Nigeria, and Deep Capital all hitting the top mark with 9.94% gains. In South Africa, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange showed resilience in a global environment where trade talk and tariffs are keeping everyone on their toes. This is as the JSE Top 40 Index closed at 115,619.70 basis points, reflecting a steady market for South Africa's largest blue-chip companies. And in Namibia, the NXC's overall index tracked closely, closing at 2,261.87 basis points. In all, Africa investors seem to be holding a steady line, balancing between domestic stability against a cautious global sentiment. That is it, and business at its